wenatchee.com and call the cleaning experts, Merry Maids, to get your free estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed, so relax. It's done.
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Green Motion e-bikes have rolled out the new line of custom e-bikes. They have three-way adjustable folding e-bikes and full-size mountain e-bikes. Pedal assist and a throttle makes them a perfect fit for any rider. Green Motion e-bikes, located in the Mills Brothers building.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCW Life. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but
we're back. It is the 17th day of May, 2023. This is Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I'm Dan Kuntz, your host, believing in quality television, and we'll see what we can do for you today. And, oh, by the way, it's Wednesday. Yes, so Wenatchee Valley tradition since 2022. Winning Wednesday is back, and we got a brand new prize for you today, folks. Dinner and a movie. It's right here. It's just an envelope. Don't know why I even brought it on the set. It's what's in the envelope that counts. Dinner and a movie today for Winning Wednesday. In that envelope I just showed you is a $25 gift card to Tiki's Hawaiian Barbecue on North Wenatchee Avenue. Not too far from Leonard Evans and Hooked On Toys. Good food. I've eaten there. I like it. It's good. $25 gift card from Tiki's Hawaiian Barbecue and 2 passes to some Basin theaters, either the Liberty Theater or the Gateway Cinema out there in Old Station. So you can go out to Tiki's Hawaiian, have yourself $25 worth of free food on us, and then go to the movies on us. It's 2 movie passes, by the way, so, you know, because you always do things in pairs. You want dinner and a movie on us? Bottom of your screen, right down there, right there. Winner at ncwlife.com. You send me an email. You don't have to put anything in the subject line. You can if you want, doesn't matter. I'll get them. Winner at ncwlife.com. Send in your email. We'll do the drawing a little bit later on. There are some rules, as you know. Employees of local telecommunications solely on broadcasting and their immediate families are not eligible. Sorry, Jefferson. And if you don't enter, you can't win. That's maybe the more important rule. If you do not enter the contest, you are automatically ineligible for winning it. $25 worth of free food from Tiki Hawaiian Barbecue and 2 passes to the movies at either the Liberty or the Gateway, courtesy of our friends at Some Basin. Get in your emails, 1 entry per email address. If you have more than 1 email address, you can enter more than once, but you can't enter continuously over and over again on the same email address. We keep track of these things. It is 57 degrees, a little on the hazy side outside. We had a nice respite from the heat yesterday. We only got to 75. We're going to be warmer today, and we're going to be breaking some records on Friday and Saturday. The forecast, and we're going to heat right back up again, is coming up. We'll also take another look at where we are with the area rivers and streams. They're getting higher, and they're running faster, and they're running cold. We'll check in with the Wenatchee River, monitor the Aniat River at Aniat, and most importantly at all, the one that's closest to flood stage, the Methow River, as it gets through Pateros. That's coming up, plus news, plus sports, and in the interview portion of the back half of the program, the Bird Fest is back. The Bird Fest starts tomorrow. It's put on by the Wenatchee River Institute. We go up there every year and talk to the good folks, and we had a chance to talk to Kanuchi, Randy, and Rebecca. Rebecca, Randy, and Kanuchi from the Wenatchee River Institute to talk about all the cool stuff. And there are literally like 50 different activities going on for Bird Fest 2023 up in Leavenworth and all over North Central Washington. Don't miss that interview in the back half of the program, and we begin our tour with the Wenatchee Heights camera overlooking the valley. And yeah, it's a little hazy. We got some high clouds. We had fairly cloudy conditions yesterday, and that kept the temperature down a little bit. We even got some light rain measured at Pangborn Memorial Airport. Yeah, we only got to 75. We'll be at least 10 degrees warmer than that today. as you look out over the valley with the filtered sunshine. Let's check in with Kashmir from our Hay Canyon camera. Good morning, Kashmir. Good to see you, and you can tell even from that vantage point about how high and how fast the Wenatchee River is flowing. It's cooking pretty good, folks. This is more June-ish than May, but this heat wave is not typical. It's been very warm for most of this month and seasonably warm. That's why the snow is melting. Up to Billy Goat we go. Now this will give you an idea of some of the haze. Check that out. That is high clouds, but you also notice it's a bit on the hazy side. That's all of those. There's 91 wildfires in Alberta burning right now, and that is exactly where the middle of that high pressure ridge is, and high pressure spins clockwise, so it's grabbing that smoke from all of those wildfires, 91 of them in Alberta, and then it's sending it down to the North Dakota area, and then blowing westward from North Dakota into Montana, and starting to get into our little area a little bit. So that's what you see from that incredibly high camera up in Billy Goat. That's some of the smoke, residual smoke from the wildfires up in Alberta. That's not good at all, and it's only May. And McNeil Canyon, let's check in with Lake Chelan. They're continuing to fill up the bathtub. It'll be full by Memorial Day weekend. They still got another 6 or 7 feet to go, I think, before the Lake Chelan is at its normal lake level. But I think it's just an amazing engineering feat that they can actually control the level of a lake that big. People who are smarter than I am know what they're doing, which, by the way, consists of pretty much everybody. As far as temperatures this week, take a look at where you live. You'll see the dark red here in the Wenatchee Valley for Friday and Saturday. The forecast highs would both shatter the old records. We're expected to get to 94 on Friday. The record for Friday is 88, so we're going to blow by that. And the forecast high on Saturday is 94, and our record high is 89. So Friday and Saturday, not only does it look like we're going to set some record high temperatures both Friday and Saturday, we're going to blow by those record high temperatures. Looks like almost everybody in our viewing area. Chelan's going to see some record high temperatures on Friday and Saturday. So take a look at where you live. Omak, close to it anyway, for record high temperatures. We're in for some hot stuff. That high pressure that I just talked about is going to go down south a little bit, and it's going to shift a little bit to the west, and that's going to really cook us up by the time we get to the weekend. And by the way, the chance of thunderstorms now for the Wenatchee area is pretty minimal. Our best chance for thunderstorms was actually yesterday, and that didn't really quite happen. All right, we have some slides to show for you. The latest for the Wenatchee River monitor, this was overnight, this was at 2:30. Again, it continues to creep up. To your left is how high it is as far as feet. This is the Wenatchee River monitor, and to your right is how fast it's flowing. So it is high, and it is cold, the Wenatchee River at monitor. By the way, that record that you see there was actually set in the autumn after some torrential rainfalls that caused some snow melt. Anyway, so the Wenatchee River monitor, again, high and cold. The Aniat River at Aniat continues. There it is right there. Now the record is 11.2. They're not going to get there, but it's starting to taper off a little bit. It's still going to climb a little bit more as far as how high it is and how fast it's flowing. But is it going to get to that record of 11 feet 2 inches? Probably not, but still, it's cooking pretty good. The Aniat River has less tributaries that feeds into it, number one. And number two, most of the higher elevations that feed into the Aniat River, 30, 40, 50 miles up that holler is seeing most of the snowmelt gone away. But the Medhow River at Pateros, they actually have a forecast there. You can see where it's at right now. You can see where they think it's going to peak at 9.41 feet. And the flood, the minor flooding is about 10 feet. This is the Monitor River about a mile upstream from the mouth of it where it empties into the Columbia River. So they're not forecasting it to really get floody, but it's close enough for most people, and it makes you a little nervous on that. So I wanted to give you an update on that. From the National Weather Service, after a rather pleasant day yesterday, we're going to cook right back up again. We'll see quite a bit more sunshine today, although we still have that haze out there. High of 87, 64 for the overnight low tonight. Maybe a stray thunderstorm Thursday as we start cooking up a little bit more, but I think we're through that threat of thunderstorms. To the very north of us, up near the Canadian border, there's still a chance of a stray thunderstorm. I think we're going to be okay down here in the Wenatchee Valley. 94 on Friday would be a new record. 94 on Saturday would be a new record. And then we cool down on Sunday. In fact, a rather rapid drop down in temperatures that will start on Sunday. We'll be back to normal temperatures with breezy conditions on Monday and Tuesday, more May-like. By the time we get to Monday and Tuesday, it's more July-like for the next 3.5 days. 9 minutes after the hour, the news is next. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Live channel.
I chose a career at Kuntz South because I wanted to help people, and I knew there would be opportunities for growth. I started as a medical assistant, but quickly advanced in my career. I received 5 promotions in only 7 years, 3 of those in management roles. Most organizations don't offer that type of growth. Now, as a career pathway coordinator, I let everyone know. Come join Kuntz South. Come grow with us.
Get ready for your Memorial Day camping experience at Click It RV Moses Lake. We've got the lowest price on any RVs in the Pacific Northwest, featuring Grand Design and Flagstaff, and including Solitude, Momentum Toy Haulers, Reflection, Imagine, and Transcend. It's Click It RV's on-site pricing sale, May 4th to the 14th. Click It RV is offering an exclusive 4.99% interest, plus receive a Furman 3600-watt generator with every purchase. So don't miss the on-site pricing sale right here at your neighborhood Click It RV on Frontage Road.
It's the Smoke on the Water All-Class Car Show, Saturday, May 20th in Manson, on the shores of Lake Chelan.
Admission is free.
See it all. Classic cars, hot rods, vintage cars, rat rods, trucks, and imports. Enter your vehicle Friday at the pre-registration party at Wine Girl Wine starting at 3, or enter online at moretomanson.com. Smoke on the Water All-Class Car Show in Manson, May 20th.
Sponsored by Jerry's Auto Supply.
And presented by Wine Girl Wines and the Manson Chamber of Commerce.
The Clearwater Saloon and Casino has the best Vegas-style games in East Wenatchee. Come enjoy yourself and discover the nightly action. Win big and meet new friends at the Clearwater Saloon and Casino.
It's a tad hazy and 57 degrees. We'll be in the 80s today, quite a bit warmer than we saw yesterday. And record-breaking high temperatures on Friday and Saturday. We cool down a little bit on Sunday and then a lot on Monday. It's 11 minutes after the hour. A former Wenatchee Valley broadcaster now serving an indeterminate sentence for child molestation has to be sentenced again. And that could set a firm date for him to be released from prison. 58-year-old Lonnie K. England victimized 2 children in his household sometime between the years 1998 and 2000. But 2 years ago, Chelan County Judge Kristen Ferreira sentenced him to 7 years to life under guidelines that only went into effect after 2001. So that change in the law made child sexual abusers subject to indeterminate sentencing, which can keep them imprisoned indefinitely. England appealed his sentence, and yesterday, the Washington Court of Appeals says there's no evidence in the record that England committed his crimes after indeterminate sentencing became the law. The 3-judge panel ordered him to be resentenced under the laws that applied prior to 2001. No date for that resentencing has yet been scheduled. He is still at Airway Heights Corrections Center near Spokane. A Quincy man who was revealed as a domestic abuser after crashing his car on the Senator George Seller Bridge was sentenced Monday to 7 years in prison. 39-year-old Miguel Angel Quintiera was convicted at a trial last month in Douglas County on charges of second-degree assault and harassment for attacking and strangling his domestic partner. The jury acquitted him on a related charge of first-degree assault. East Wenatchee police discovered the crimes after Quintiera was arrested in a May 2022 wreck on the Senator George Seller Bridge, which he crashed into multiple other vehicles and then tried to flee on foot. He has prior convictions in Grant County for assault, vehicle theft, and harassment. The federal lawsuit that seemed to take forever regarding Leavenworth's Oktoberfest is over. It has come to a close. Of course, you remember last year, the city of Leavenworth sued the longtime organizer of the festival, Project Bairn, as the nonprofit prepared to launch an event it called Leavenworth Oktoberfest that was actually held in Wenatchee. The city claimed the name was an advertising and trademark infringement designed to lure customers away from the 2022 Oktoberfest in downtown Leavenworth, which was hosted by the Chamber of Commerce. The nonprofit Project Bairn countersued. Well, last Thursday, all parties agreed to drop the lawsuit after reaching a settlement. Both the Leavenworth Chamber and Project Bayern plan to hold their own Oktoberfests again this year on 3 competing weekends. To avoid confusion, the event in Wenatchee will simply be called Project Bayern's Oktoberfest. The dam on 8 Mile Lake is an unusual dam in our area. For one thing, it's 94 years old and it's way up in the enchantments. It was put in well before the enchantments became a natural wilderness area. But the 8 Mile Lake Dam, which feeds orchard irrigation from Leavenworth to Dryden, has been close to collapsing for the last 5 years, and the irrigation district that draws water from 8 Mile has plans to replace it. They had a public meeting Thursday in Leavenworth to talk about the rather ambitious plans that they have.
The basic question is there any cause for concern? I think all of us know that this is a dam that is 90 years old. Some interesting photos will show a timber pipe that was built out of timber for the low-level outlet of the dam, and it was all plugged up. And so just the age of the dam and the conditions that you've seen, even after the repairs, are cause for concern. The repairs have stabilized the dam. The dam is probably more safe than it has been in years. But there's another factor. And the second cause for concern is the fact that there's been downstream development. So the future design criteria where we would like to have this dam is that the structure is so well built that it could withstand any flood at any time. The highest theoretical storm, for example, and it would pass that without the dam failing. So those are the reasons that there is cause for concern, and those are the reasons that a repair is needed.
We have been looking at this dam for a long time on, rebuilding it and doing things. One of the things that really kind of focused our attention was the emergency in 2018. The outlet pipe was constructed over many years, but the original portion of that outlet pipe that actually went under the dam was made out of lodgepole pine, about like this big around, that they shaved and they just stacked it around and put bands around it. Okay, and that was 90 years ago. And so part of that had collapsed and plugged up. And so we needed to be able to lower the lake in the fall, to get ready for heavy runoff in the spring. And so we came back in July once the water got down and dug that pipe up and put in some N12 plastic pipe. And then sealed that all up and put that back together. So that's the condition of the dam now. We did all that. And then also what we did is we put in some monitoring equipment up there so that we could monitor the depth of the lake and the outflow of the lake and stuff like that. It's one of the problems that, we have is this is an old dam. It's way up in the wilderness. It's really hard to get to. And we really have no way to monitor it, to what's going on up there, other than to hike up there, which during a flood event you couldn't do.
The project objectives are threefold: to restore storage capacity at 8 Mile Lake to meet the irrigation district irrigation needs and storage needs under their existing water rights, to comply with Dam Safety Office regulations for high hazard dams, and to provide additional water to enhance in-stream flows in Icicle Creek to the extent possible, and to time dam outflows to meet fish utilization needs, again, to the extent possible.
You're in the loop on what's happening in the Wenatchee Valley in north central Washington, and you can do it again tonight at 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 10 o'clock with the news. Grant Olson in the Anchorage area also does the weather forecasting. Eric Granstrom with sports, the news on television at 5, 6, and 10, on our Facebook page, our YouTube page, and on our home page right around 5 o'clock or so. So if you can't consume it on television, you can consume it so long as you have internet, and I think we most do. And if you look at the bottom of your screen and you have internet, you can get a hold of us. You can email us directly, you can go to our Facebook page and drop us a note, or you can do the same thing on our homepage. When we come back, Louis Castillo has been struggling lately. Struggled again last night against the Boston Red Sox. We'll have that, plus your latest prep sports playoff action and schedule and more. Sports, 2 minutes away. You're watching Wake Up in Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
Are you hungry enough to eat the end out of a rhinoceros? I know how you feel. Come on out to Blueberry Hills. You'll have a great time. We've got excellent food, a feet on the furniture kind of experience, and we won't hustle you out of your table. If you want a real farm experience, make the trek to Manson to Blueberry Hills, where you sit, you pick, you eat, and you visit. So come on out and see what all the fuss is about. Blueberry Hills in Manson. It's where the world is coming to.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a four-letter word.
I think we should hire more people.
Doc, I'm late for a meeting.
I'm thinking of starting my own practice.
Do it. Too much capital.
We need a warehouse.
I can't imagine how we do that.
We should knock that wall down and expand.
Do it. There's always another wall beyond the wall.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Merry Maids can clean your entire home, business, or vacation rental from top to bottom, inside and out. Merry Maids will even take care of cleaning your carpets, and they can pressure wash your home. Merry Maids has thousands of happy customers. They've been cleaning homes and businesses in our valley for over 25 years. Check out their glowing reviews at MerryMaidsOfWenatchee.com and call the cleaning experts, Merry Maids, to get your free estimate. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. So relax, it's done.
Minutes after the hour, Louis Castillo got a rather rude welcoming from the Boston Red Sox. At Fenway Park yesterday afternoon, they hammered him for 7 runs, 9-4. The final, Boston hitting 3 homers off Castillo in 5 innings of work. That ties a career high for the Seattle right-hander. That's the record you don't want to have. In fact, the Mariners have lost the last 4 games that Castillo has started. He surrendered 4 runs in the first inning, but the Mariners did show some signs of life. They actually tied the game in the 4th.
The 2-2. Into center field. Durant can't get there. Rolls all the way to the triangle. Suarez is in to score. Cal Raleigh motors home. Teoscar Hernandez flies into third. He's got a 2-run triple. And the Mariners have cut the deficit in half. 4-2 in the 4th inning. Mariners are starting their way back. Hey, this is scalded down by Pesky's pole. It is fair. It is gone. Taylor Trammell tags it out of here. And just like that, this game is tied at 4. In a matter of 3 pitches, the Mariners get 4 runs.
2-2. Swung on, fly ball center field. Duran backing up. He's got room out there, and that's the ball game. Red Sox win it 9-4. The bats showing up big time tonight.
Manager Scott Servais says he's not worried about Castillo. He says it was Boston just coming out and being aggressive from the get-go.
Obviously, they were really aggressive in the first inning, right on Luis Castillo. Basically, whatever he was throwing up there. He left some pitches in the middle of play, but they were after it attacking-wise. Thought we did a nice job, kind of the rally there in the 4th inning. Big 2-out hit by Teo, and then Trammell with the big homer, but after that couldn't shut him down. So very uncharacteristic of Luis. You can usually make adjustments mid-game, and I thought he kind of got it rolling. That's a tough lineup in this ballpark. It's with all those lefties in there, it is a tough lineup to navigate through, and they were on them tonight. They hit the ball. They squared some balls up, hit some big homers. Going to come back and win the series tomorrow. Yeah, he has left some pitches in the middle. He is one of those guys that, he gets away with it once in a while because he is deceptive and his delivery is so different. But against a, quality ball club like that with all left-handed bats, you can't make too many mistakes in the middle, and that's what he did early in the game. And then they kind of got on him there in the 5th to knock him out. So, again, I got to give him credit. It's a really good lineup over there. We're going to come back tomorrow, focus on putting points up there and win the series. A lot of big hits. Tail, good night. Big 2-out hit. Taylor Trammell got into one. We know what kind of power he's got. So again, we get the leadoff double in the 5th, get him over to 3rd. Those big at bats like that in that course of the game. We're going to need to score a lot of runs, and we're able to get them in there. And they came back in the 5th on us and kind of made the separation in the game.
Mariners and Red Sox wrap up their 3-game series, 4:10 this afternoon on Root Sports Northwest. All right, we're at the quarter pole. So where are we exactly? Texas is off to a hot start. They're holding a 3-game lead over Houston in the American League West. The Angels in 3rd. They are 4.5 games back. There's the Mariners right at the 500 mark. And Oakland, who's fielding a JV team, is 10-34. So the rest of the AL West scores from last night: Ryan Mountcastle and Ryan O'Hearn each homered for Baltimore. The Orioles beat the Angels 7-3. Adolis Garcia and Ezekiel Duran each had home runs. Texas beats Atlanta 7-4. Garcia now has 11 homers this year. Houston hit 3 doubles, scored 4 runs in the 4th inning as the Astros beat the Cubs 7-3. And in Oakland last night, attendance 3,261. 4 hours and 12 innings later, there was nobody there. The A's win, a rare victory for the A's. They had to play 2 extra holes to determine the medalist in the District 6 4A golf tournament at Rock Island yesterday. Eastmont's Cal Anderson and West Valley's Brady Comstadius finished the 2-day tournament tied at 149, so they went to a playoff. Anderson found himself in trouble right off the first tee. He lost his golf ball. He had to get up and down just to force a second playoff hole. So there you have it. Anderson takes the medalist honors. Comstadius finishes 2nd. West Valley's Trey LaChemidan took 3rd. Eastmont's Andy Hobson was 4th. Wenatchee's Jackson Bishop 5th. West Valley, by the way, won the team competition by 12 strokes over the Wildcats. Eastmont's Lily Weigel continued her incredible golf season. She's the medalist at the District 6 4A tournament yesterday at Appletree in Yakima. She carded an 88 to take 1st to lead Eastmont to the team title. Moses Lake was 2nd with a 433. Chelan's Carson Clinton shot a 74 at the Okanagan Valley Golf Club. That claims the District 6 1A championship. The Goats come in 2nd to OMAC. Blake Sam led the Pioneers with an 83. Chelan's Annabelle Finch carded a 98. She is the medalist at the District 6 1A Girls Championships yesterday. OMAC's Hallie Richter was 2nd, and the Pioneers captured the team title, Cascade taking 2nd place. The Wenatchee Panthers in girls fast pitch softball extended their season. In a loser-out game, they had Sunnyside 10-8, so they advanced to the district tournament Saturday. West Valley won their play-in game against Ike 16-4. The one-day tournament is Saturday. It'll be at the Sterling Fourplex. The Wildcats will take on Moses Lake for the district championship at 11 a.m. on one field. At the same time at the other field, it'll be Wenatchee playing West Valley, and then the loser between Eastmont and Moses Lake will turn around to play the winner of Wenatchee and West Valley for our last chance at state. It took extra innings, but Okanagan claimed the District 6 2B softball championship by beating Brewster. Orville advanced by beating Lake Roosevelt, so the Bears will host the Hornets Friday at 4:30 for our last chance to state. The WIAA State AB Boys Soccer Tournament began yesterday. Way to go, Tenasket. They advanced. They beat Kings yesterday 2-1. The Tigers will travel to Highland for the next round. That'll be Friday night at 6. Chelan will meet Connell tonight at 7 at Quincy High School. The winner will play Quincy at Quincy Friday night at 7. Cascade's first round opponent is Kingsway Christian. Their game is set for 4 o'clock Friday afternoon at Highland. Davis won its opening round game of their State 4A Boys Soccer Tournament last night. They beat Curtis 1-0, and Wenatchee begins their tournament tonight. They'll be at Spark Stadium against Puyallup at 6:30. We will post a link, by the way, to watch the game on our Facebook page if, in fact, you want to watch the game. And I do. And those are just some of the games that people are playing. At 28 minutes after the hour for the Obscura holiday, today you can celebrate National Pack Rat Day, National Cherry Cobbler Day, National Graduation Tassel Day, or we celebrate the walnut. National Walnut Day. Walnuts are the oldest tree fruit that human beings have been consuming. We've been eating walnuts off of trees for about 10,000 years. That's a long time. Approximately 99% of all the walnuts grown in this country are grown in California. That comes out to about 1 billion pounds of walnuts. It takes about 5 years for walnuts to begin growing on a walnut tree. Once a walnut tree starts producing walnuts, it'll do it for about 40 years. That's pretty good once you get through the first 5 years. Walnuts are, of course, very good for you, very high in omega-3 fatty acids. An ounce of walnuts provides all kinds of protein and fiber. They're full of antioxidants, cuts down on inflammatory problems, and they're tasty, too. Happy National Walnut Day today. It's the bottom of the hour. Do today in history. Sorry, I had a little itch in my nose there. Happy 123rd birthday to the Wonderful Wizard of Oz. The original book, as written by L. Frank Baum, was first published in this country, on this date, in 1900. The very first copy that came off the press he gave to his sister. In April of 2000, the Library of Congress declared The Wonderful Wizard of Oz to be America's greatest and best loved homegrown fairy tale. Of course, became a franchise, if you will, not only in books but plays and a movie that you may have seen. In 1986, 7 fundamentalist Christian families in Tennessee filed a lawsuit to remove the book from their school library bookshelves. Their opposition to the book, The Wonderful Wizard of Oz, was it depicted witches as benevolent and nice. It promoted that individual human attributes come from within and aren't God-given, and you can't have animals that speak. That's blasphemous. Can't have any of that. Taking a little too seriously. Happy birthday to the Wizard of Oz. The very first televised sporting event in this country's history took place on this date in 1939, when about 25 people had televisions in New York City, and that was about it. May 17, 1939, the Columbia Lions and the Princeton Tigers play a baseball game televised in the greater New York City area. At the Baker Bowl in Philadelphia is where it took place. It was televised in Philadelphia and New York. Not a lot of people had televisions. It was very poorly received. The next day, the New York Times, reviewing the very first televised sporting event in this country's history, said, "Sports on TV is not going to catch on." They were wrong. 84 years ago today. A landmark, maybe the landmark Supreme Court decision of the last 70 years, 69 years ago today. May 17th, 1954, the United States Supreme Court hands down a unanimous decision, Brown v. Board of Education. Racial segregation in public schools would eventually come to an end. 2 significant things happened, or this never would have happened, at least the way it turned out. The original oral arguments for Brown v. Board of Education was held in October of 1952. Supreme Court kicked the can down the road. They say, we're going to just do the arguments all over again in October of 1953 for reasons that are not quite ethical. And then the Chief Justice of the United States, Fred Vinson, died. And he was replaced by Earl Warren, who had the political wherewithal and the savvy and the knowledge that this needs to go, segregation in public schools, and he wanted it to be as unanimous as possible, and he was the one who made it happen. Brown v. Board of Education is 69 years old. There were some public school districts who simply closed their schools because they refused segregation. Yeah, it's crazy. And 46 years ago today, the very first Chuck E. Cheese's restaurant opened in San Jose, California. Chuck E. Cheese, whose mascot is a rat. Didn't think that one through. Chuck E. Cheese. Good stuff. Let's do birthdays. Poor Ron Wayne. Oh, Ronald Wayne. He's 89 years old today. Ron blew it. Back in 1976. Ron Wayne was one of the 3 original partners in Apple. Yep. He and Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs together incorporated Apple with Ron Wayne. He was a co-founder. 12 days after they filed their incorporation paperwork, Ron Wayne got cold feet and said, I want out. And so he sold his share back to Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs for $800. And then 1 year later, he took $1,500 more, and in exchange, he signed a piece of paper that would forfeit any potential future claims to Apple stock. So he sold the whole thing for about $2,000. In the early 1990s, Ron Wayne sold the original Apple partnership contract, the original one that they signed back in 1976. He sold it for $500. That was in the early 1990s. 20 years later, the very same documents sold at auction for $1.5 million. Ron Wayne now lives in a mobile home park in Pahrump, Nevada. He sells stamps. He sells rare coins. He gambles on the penny slots. I checked this morning. Apple made their net profits last year $100 billion. Poor Ron Wayne. I feel sorry for him. He's 89 years old today. And we miss Dennis Hopper. He was so good in Speed. Of course, Easy Rider and Cool Hand Luke and Apocalypse Now and Hoosiers. Good screenwriter, too. Dennis Hopper, born in the state in 1936. We lost him a number of years ago. His movies are always good. Whenever he's on the screen, I'm watching. He has that kind of screen presence. It is Winning Wednesday. Don't forget, we're giving away dinner and a movie. A $25 gift card from Tiki's Hawaiian Barbecue on North Wenatchee Avenue, and 2 passes to some Basin theaters. So dinner at Tiki's Barbecue, $25 worth anyway. After that, you're on your own. And then you can go to the movies afterwards, or separately, I don't care, to either the Liberty or the Gateway out there in Old Station. Dinner and a movie. Send me an email, winner@ncwlife.com. Still to come, an opinion from Mike Mad Dog Mignotti. And then we sat down with 3 people from the Wenatchee River Institute. The Bird Fest starts tomorrow. It's a party for you bird lovers out there. You're going to hear all about it when we come back. You're watching Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the NCW Life channel.
In 1963, Coastal opened its doors. 60 years later, we have you to thank for our continued success, and we're still proud to be just what your country needs.
Today, you'll find everything from pants and boots to fencing, feed, and more. From brands you know and trust like Carhartt, Wrangler, Ariat, Georgia Boot, DeWalt, and Quadrifire. Join the celebration. Stop by, scan the QR code, or enter online to win big prizes. Visit Coastal today or find us online at coastalcountry.com.
Hey, welcome back to Save Mart. What can we help you find today?
We're looking for a mattress.
Oh, right this way. We got a large selection. We have this pillow top here.
Oh, comfortable.
We have more to choose from down here.
Oh.
I think I have the perfect one over here for you.
I guess we'll take this one.
You'll find it at Save Mart. Full service at a low, low price.
The newest generation of GMC Sierra pickups offer the most advanced technology, the strongest selection of powertrain, and everything else you need to work hard, play hard, and explore the boundaries of the Wenatchee Valley and beyond. Take a look at the latest, most luxurious and durable trucks on the market.
You will see why GMC is not your grandfather's pickup.
You want to bet, kid?
At D.A. Davidson in Wenatchee, they believe your investment success begins with a personalized plan. A plan that is the roadmap you need to navigate your way to living your best years in retirement. D.A. Davidson can help you create a plan so you can take the time to enjoy the finer things in life. Let the financial advisors at D.A. Davidson help chart your retirement future today.
Green Motion e-bikes have rolled out the new line of custom e-bikes. They have 3-way adjustable folding e-bikes and full-size mountain e-bikes. Pedal assist and a throttle makes them a perfect fit for any rider. Green Motion e-bikes, located in the Mills Brothers building.
It has really been a great partnership between Succession and NCW Life. It's not always easy to sit in front of a camera or a microphone, but you guys have made it a really nice process.
Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody is entitled to my opinion. Now, regarding their success in earning money, I have heard people say that I've worked hard for what I have, and I deserve my financial success. Well, I do commend such folks, and I'm a believer in hard work, but let's be honest. A major factor in our financial success in this society is that we exist in a very blessed economic system. If it was hard work alone that guaranteed financial success, the richest people in the world would very likely be women in sub-Saharan Africa or some other such place. Now, let's admit it. Hard work may be a contributing factor in making a lot of money, but it is certainly not a universal guarantee that because I worked hard, I deserve to have more money than someone else. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Hi, everybody. Dan Kuntz alongside Jesse Coble from Alpine Air. We're switching from the cold of winter to the heat of summer. That can put a lot of stress in your HVAC unit.
Yeah, it really can, Dan. I would recommend that you get a maintenance. It can catch any potential problems that you might have during the peak of summer. And it's just a good idea to do on all season changes.
Great idea. Good advice. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. For heat and air, call Alpine Air. Thanks, Jesse.
Thank you.
What's the best way to attract a wide variety of beautiful birds to your backyard? By offering the birds the right foods in expertly designed bird feeders from Wild Birds Unlimited. Whether you've been feeding the birds for a while or are just getting started, let our backyard bird feeding specialists show you how to add a little joy to your life and make nature a part of every day. Shop now for exclusive bird foods, feeders, hardware, and more. Wild Birds Unlimited. Products designed by experts. Trusted local advice.
You are ready to earn your BSN degree, and we know you need a special place to take the next step in your career. You are an engaged learner who needs modern labs and equipment, hands-on support, and small class sizes. You're a busy adventurer who needs trees, mountains, rivers, and trails. As a learner, as a future RN, as an adventurer, find it in the BSN program at Wenatchee Valley College.
Hi, my car's making a funny noise.
Not a problem. We'll take care of you.
Global Car Care's technicians are ASE Master Techs and well-versed in the more refined methods of vehicular diagnostics.
Number 3 piston and rings have a slight loss of compression, down to 108 pounds. Your transmission is slipping. You're gonna need a service.
Looks like you all set.
These guys? They're good.
Oh, and your spare is flat.
Global Car Care, Wenatchee's top shop.
Coming this May to the stunning mountain town of Leavenworth, Washington. Imagine Rotary reimagined, a new way to conference. Imagine you here experiencing the live community impact event, the Team Design Challenge, life-changing presentations from mountaineering legend Ed Viesters and Olympic gold medalist Keegan Randall, a private concert appearance by the award-winning Paperboys. Imagine the impact of reimagining Rotary for good and for all. Coming May 19th through the 21st. Register today for discounted pricing at RotaryReimagine.com.
Welcome back to the program. 21st, 22nd. We're trying to remember how many of these Bird Fest things they've done. Over 20. Anyway, and it's all happening this week up here at the Wenatchee River Institute and in other locations in and around the beautiful hamlet of Leavenworth. And we're back with the Wenatchee River Institute, including the newish executive director and two of the lovely ladies who have helped putting this on. And you remember these gals from last year. Introduce yourselves to our television family.
Hello, I'm Kanuchi Taranella. I am the executive director of the Wenatchee River Institute.
I'm Rebecca Ryan. I'm the education director here at WRI.
I'm Randy Zerger. I'm the outreach manager here at WRI.
Now, Randy and Rebecca, we talked to last year, and they're going to talk in just a little bit about the ins and outs and the nuts and the bolts of the Bird Fest. But we're going to give you, you get to go first. For one thing, you're the new executive director. Carolyn retired. You were on the board. You got the gig. Probably pretty easy transition. I mean, talk about that whole deal.
Carolyn set us up beautifully. She did a really good job of righting the ship at WRI and mending a lot of fences, and has put us in a position to tackle what's next.
And the first thing we need to mention is that he was on the board of directors. Yes, the WRI has a board of directors.
That's right.
So you have an oversight group that you're responsible to.
That's right. There's 8 community members who
try to set the strategy for WRI and then give me marching orders to make it happen with our great staff.
Give me an idea of what your marching orders are, because as you mentioned before, Carolyn came into a somewhat difficult situation and cleaned it up, I guess, for lack of a better term.
She did, yeah. So we do a lot of community education here on campus at Red Barn events, as well as events like Birdfest. And then we do a lot of in-school and field trips. So we do environmental education all up and down the valley, and a lot of classes get the opportunity to come visit us and check out the river and the forest and the birds.
And the board of directors is a good group of folks. They don't just rubber stamp whatever you do. Yeah, there is some oversight, but they also give a damn, and that's really the number one thing, isn't it?
They care a lot. They participate in our programs, and they help shape the future. So it's a great service that they do, and we're always looking for new board members. So if any of you out there are interested in what WRI does and where you think we should go next, give me a call.
When you're not coming to work on this gorgeous campus, how do you spend your spare time in and around the Leavenworth area?
Well, we have a big garden in our yard. I'm a trail runner. I love to run in these mountains. Love to be on the rivers. Love to ski down the snow. All the things.
Any close encounters with wildlife as you run out in the middle of nowhere? You surprise a cougar or bear every once in a while?
Yeah, every now and then. I saw some deer and cute chipmunks this morning on Icicle Ridge.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so you keep yourself in good shape.
I do. I like to play outside.
Yeah. You inherited a lot of programs, including the Birdfest that we're talking about. Also bringing in some new ideas for some of the programs?
Yeah. I mean, our strategic plan is coming up. We're meeting and talking to the community right now, and we're going to come out with new programs and new ideas this fall.
The community of Leavenworth knows all about this place. In fact, I think half of Leavenworth showed up to enjoy this beautiful day. How do you get the word to the outside folks?
Well, that is very much Randy's job, and thank God for her. She's a wonderful, wonderful outreach person, and she keeps everyone aware of what we're doing.
One last thing before we move to the actual Birdfest. Didn't notice it last year because it wasn't here last year. The local Rotary Club built yourself a nice little shelter.
They did. They helped us build an outdoor classroom, which was something that we determined we needed during COVID when we were trying to meet all outside, and it's been fantastic for the spring. Nice shelter and when it's hot, shelter when it's raining. It's a beautiful structure put together by a local architect and a lot of donations from the Rotary.
Ladies, how do you keep track of the schedule? I was going to print up the schedule. We don't have enough paper, and I like to keep track of our environment, and I don't want to cut down a tree. There's a gazillion different things going on. Who wants to tackle that one? Do you have it at the top of your head? Help me out here.
We've got an Excel sheet. We have it listed on our website. We have a registration page that is separate. And I think at this point we've all looked at the schedule so many times, we both also just have pieces of it in our heads.
Is it the fact that you have so many events, and there's literally like 30 or something, or maybe even more than that? I don't know how many there are. How do you, is more the merrier because there's a little something for everybody, or how do you keep track of this thing? How do you know?
There is something for everybody. There are trips that require registration, and those are capped on the website so you can see if they're full or not. But there are things that don't require registration that you can just show up for, which is really nice because you don't have to register ahead of time for those, and they don't have a capacity limit on those. And there's also stuff like Family Day that anyone can drop in and attend. So lots of different ways of keeping track of how many people can be there, and luckily the registration system cuts each one off where it's supposed to be cut off.
Well, let's talk about that real quick, Rebecca. What are some of the more popular events that you need to register to, that if you want to go, you better get on board and do it before it sells out?
Well, most of those are full already.
Okay, that's
but
okay.
There's like a full day birding excursion with Wenatchee Valley College's Dan Stevens that goes out to the coulee. I think the description says it's a birders marathon, which feels like an accurate description. But it's fun to see every year what's popular and what new trip offerings people are really excited about. There's a couple trips in Number 2 Canyon that folks are really excited about that are full. Chelan Douglas Land Trust is an excellent partner, and we get to see some of their different spaces, and a lot of those trips are full already, I think partly because they're in these cool and exciting spots. But there's lots of trips that still have room too. Yeah.
And it should be pointed out on this Wednesday, Wenatchee Valley College, this guy's stuffed bird collection is phenomenal, and it's normally not open to the public, but today they can see it. I forgot the name of the gentleman who runs that program at Wenatchee Valley College.
Dr. Dan Stevens. Yeah, he's been collecting bird skins for many years now, and he's actually a recipient of our Founders Award this year, which is wonderful. He's been just a great person to have around for Birdfest, and this will be a great time to go and check out his collection. I believe it's from 2 to 6 p.m. right at Wenatchee Valley College.
And this is not normally open to the public. This is part of his teaching curriculum at the college, but he's going ahead and let members of the general public look at these 240 some odd birds, I believe.
Yeah, exactly, and it's free parking as well, so it's open to anyone who wants to come check it out, and it's totally free. It'll be a good time.
And the vast majority, and I mean the vast majority of the birds, died of natural causes.
Yes.
They were found, they were brought to him, so don't get on that kind of deal. How does your roles overlap with each other? How do you know you're not stepping on each other's toes?
Oh, well, Birdfest is definitely a team effort. You know, we work well with each other and do, like, Rebecca, I would say, is probably the head of the WRI Birdfest planning, and then I just kind of help her along with, and Joshua as well, who's not here, but I help them along with making sure that the word gets out. So talking with people, making sure that everyone knows about all the fun things coming up to do with Birdfest, because there are a bunch of events. You know, there's over 50 birding trips this year, so it's the biggest bird fest ever. So there's a lot of things to choose from. There's Family Day coming up. Really, there's something for everyone there. Kids, adults, students, whether it's high school, college, younger than that. Yeah, so just kind of helping get the word around town.
And getting the kids involved might be the most critical thought of all. You get the kids out here with the binoculars, 7, 8, 9 years old. They're going to get into birding, and they're going to have a hobby for a lifetime, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
And nothing makes you feel better when you're out in a bird walk and you can say, that's the something, 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 and you can say it in Latin, too. You know, that kind of deal. And that's really your job, isn't it?
Yeah, just making sure that they get out here and have fun. That's what we're all about, is just kind of having those experiences.
How many different varieties, species of birds live just in the general Red Barn on your footprint here at the Wenatchee River Institute? Do you have any idea? Has anybody counted them all?
Oh my goodness.
Someone has. It's not us.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say, I bet there's 20 to 30, but you were probably going to say why. That's my guess.
Oh, well, I was going to say we do monthly beginner bird walks here on the second Wednesday of every month. And our staff person, Tucker, he's a field educator, he mans those, or he puts those on, and he actually uploads all of the sightings of birds that we find onto our eBird account. So you can actually go onto the eBird website and see all the different birds that have been spotted here pretty much all year round, which is great. But a lot of species. The birds love it here.
And we need to mention the beginner bird walk. Again, it's the second Wednesday of each month, right?
Yes.
And they even do that almost right through the winter time, if I remember correctly.
Yep, every month.
It's a very easy hike. It's just in and around the area. It's not a bunch of steep angles up and down. You're not going to worry about falling down. You get nice little exercise and you get to learn a little something too. So, what are any new events this year that weren't part of the previous Birdfest programs, or is it pretty much the greatest hits?
It's some of both, which I think is so exciting. There are some classic ones, but there are also new ones. Our partners with the National Audubon Society worked so hard. Our North Central Washington chapter here we couldn't do Birdfest without them. They coordinate volunteers, they plan all the trips. I don't know all the hot spots for birding. They're the ones who know that and help us put all the lists together. And then we do the whole how to register and get the word out parts of it. Could not do it without the North Central Washington Audubon Society. But some of the newer ones, at least, there's an Exploring the NT Out Waterfront trip that happened last year for the first time and sounded like it was so much fun. Let's see, there's a birding trip out at Spiva Butte. That's a land trust property. That's new this year that I think is super exciting. Let's see, I know there are other, they're Searching for the American Dipper, which is a really fun aquatic bird that we see around here a lot. That's a new trip this year run by another one of our amazing volunteers. There are lots of really fun new trips, as well as the classics.
Now, as you mentioned before, the vast majority of both the workshops and the programs are pre-registration, so if you haven't done it already, as soon as this show is over, don't change the channel. As soon as the show is over, get onto their Wenatchee River Institute. You just Google it. It's all right there. And it's right on the front page, because there's some things that you don't want to miss. But there are some free events as well.
Yep.
So we need to mention that. Did we cover everything? Did I miss anything? I hate it when I leave, and I should have asked them something.
Family Day?
Yeah, Family Day, Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. here at Wenatchee River Institute on the lawn. There's going to be about 20 different vendors, different artists, organizations. There's going to be some food and music. It's going to be a great time for all ages and plenty of things to do. And I would also say there's still a couple more days in our pre-Bird Festival trips, and those are all free. You can check those out also on our website, and then there's also different activities happening at the local libraries through May, so be sure to check those out as well.
How hard is it to sit at your desks and your big, beautiful windows that overlook this big, and not just daydream? Does that happen occasionally? Have you caught them like daydreaming?
Yeah, I got to snap them back all the time. We do it for each other, though. It's not just one-way street on that one.
My guess is every single day you get up Monday through Friday and go, I can't wait to go to work here. You get that vibe, don't you? And I love the hat.
We're lucky to work here.
Thank you.
Yeah. All the information on Wenatchee River Institute's website. Again, it's all this weekend long. Yeah, I can't stress the importance of registering in advance if there's something that really catches your eye. I'll let you have the last word. I'll let you two have the last word. How's the new guy working out?
He's great.
He's
couldn't have asked for a better person. Yeah.
But we do miss Carolyn.
We do miss Carolyn.
Yeah.
Two things are true at the same time. We miss Carolyn, and we're really lucky that Kuntz is filling that executive director role.
Kuntz, it's nice to finally meet you. Can we come up a couple more times in the spring and summer?
Please do.
I love talking to these two lovely ladies. We'll schedule it when he's off. There you go. Fair enough. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate it. And we'll be right back.
The Lake Chelan Rotary Club invites you to experience Cycle Chelan, held June 24th, 2023. Pick your thrill from 4 rides: the Metric Century Challenge, Cycle Divino, the Lake Loop, or the Butte Blast. All profits from Cycle Chelan are used to support student scholarships and other charitable activities of the Lake Chelan Rotary Club. Cycle Chelan 2023, a route for every rider. Pick your thrill today.
Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, located on South Wenatchee Ave, has the largest selection of spas and swim spas in town. Stay cool this summer in an artesian swim spa and use it all year long. We enjoy helping families reconnect one spa at a time. Hot tubs are proven to improve sleep and decrease arthritis pain. Our passion is water, so please bring us a water sample, and we will help you diagnose your pool or spa water for free. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa, your pool and spa experts.
The Walkabout Grill, open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner in downtown Wenatchee and now downtown Leavenworth, where eating out is eating healthy.
We are back. It was 57 degrees when we began the show an hour ago. We're up to 61 degrees. It is a little hazy, and I'll explain that in just a little bit, but one more friendly reminder. Winning Wednesday up for grabs today, this white envelope and the contents inside the white envelope. It's dinner and a movie. We have a $25 gift certificate from Tiki's Hawaiian Barbecue on North Wenatchee Avenue. It's good food. I've eaten there more than once. That means it's good. If I eat there once and it's not very good, I'm never going back, but Tiki's is good. And 2 movie passes from our friends at Sun Basin Theaters, who, of course, owns and operates the Liberty in downtown Wenatchee and the Gateway Cinema out in Old Station. So dinner and a movie, $25 gift card, and 2 movie passes. Get in your emails, winner@ncwlife.com, winner@ncwlife.com. Employees of local telecommunications, solely on broadcasting and their media families are not eligible. Sorry, Brenda. And if you don't enter, you can't win. And we'll do, I'll tell you what we'll do, just to give you all day to do it. I'll do the drawing tomorrow on this program. How's that sound? Does that sound good for you? During our quick little break, you notice the haze I popped over to my desk and I brought up the air quality index, which unfortunately I have bookmarked because we have to do that all the time now. Our air quality in the Wenatchee Valley is actually moderate. It's at 55 on the AQI scale. We don't see that too often in May, and the reason is all of those wildfires up in Alberta, and that's right where the big dome of high pressure is centered, and it's spinning counterclockwise and it's grabbing that smoke, and if the air quality in that area and in Montana is very bad, and it's kind of shoving it our way towards the Wenatchee Valley. That's why we have moderate air quality right now. It's because of the fires in Alberta, a long way from us, but get ready for the heat. Check out this slide. Record-breaking high temperatures right in our wheelhouse. Both Friday and Saturday are record